Hey everybody, welcome to the last segment of Financial Freedom Fridays. So this is actually the 10th week that I've presented, maybe 5 to 7, 8 minutes or so of various topics on financial literacy that I hope would spark the conversation and, get you guys to be proactive about where you are financially. So today I'm going to be talking about how to build your net worth. And your net worth is literally how much you're worth, right? In personal finances, how much are you worth after you subtract your liabilities? Here's the thing, when we're talking about net worth, we're looking at our assets and our liabilities. And oftentimes, myself included, when you learn these topics in school, you're taught that, your house is an asset regardless, of whether you've finished your mortgage or not. So you really have to understand the distinctions between the two and really whose asset it is. If you owe money to the bank technically owns your home and it's their asset. When we're talking about liabilities for us as homeowners, because I have not finished paying off my mortgage, the home is still technically a liability because I am making payments. So money is going out of my pockets into the bank's pockets. Once that mortgage is paid off, then that becomes our asset. The same thing is true for your vehicle. I talked about this before. So many people love to have a new car, which is cool, as long as you understand that although you purchased a car, if you're still making car notes or car payments, then the car is not your asset. It technically belongs to the bank, right? Because if you are unable to continue to make a payment, they can repossess your vehicle. So it's really, 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 really important that you guys understand the difference. If something is not putting money in your pocket specifically, then it's not an asset, right? So the big house or the big cars or the fancy cars are actually liabilities unless you are the owner, meaning that you've paid out in full, right? So that's really something really to think about. I know myself included, whenever you look at becoming a first-time homeowner, you automatically assume that your house is an asset. And it's really not true, right? Because I think that that's what we've been programmed to think. But when you're looking at your net worth, right, you're trying to look at how much you have in cash, your personal property that's valuable, and any other assets. And then you take the liabilities, all those things that you owe away. And what's left is your net worth. And that figure is basically your bottom line or benchmark in terms of determining, where you want to be on your path to financial independence. Surprisingly, many of us may have negative net worths, which is really mind-blowing because you don't think you have a negative net worth. And the two main reasons that you may have a negative net worth is because, number one, you just aren't earning enough in terms of income. And so that's really important to acknowledge, because you may not necessarily be a bad spender, but you may just honestly do not earn enough to cover your living expenses. And in that case, you may want to reevaluate, your current means of employment and seek opportunities that may allow you to earn more money so that therefore you can begin to build your net worth. Maybe that for you can be going back to get a higher degree or completing a certification or becoming, your own boss and opening up your own business, which is great. You may want to become an entrepreneur and have that freedom and potential upside of income. So those are, various options. The second reason why you may have a negative net worth may be because of credit cards and student loan and other bad debt, right? So that's a huge aspect. And that's something that you want to work towards repayment of, right? Because I talked about before, all debt is not bad. If you have debt because you're, buying some investment properties, or you're opening up your own business, and ultimately in the long run, those assets that you borrowed capital basically from for will start to generate cash into your pocket, right? Which will increase your net worth in the long term. And here's the thing, guys. So many people stereotype, what they think people should look like if they have a negative net worth, and they think that maybe they aren't educated, and you may have this preconceived notion that, they might need to go back to school. But that's not true, because 43% of Americans with college degrees have negative net worths. So it's astounding, it's shocking. Certainly something that I did not know until I start to really research the figures. But again, I wanted to be able to educate myself so that I can in turn, give you guys a heads up and let you know the realities of trying to become financially independent and not living paycheck to paycheck. So, if you have children, you certainly want to work towards financial independence and leave a better financial position for your children, right, than you were left with. Certainly that's the case with myself. And so I hope that, as I've said, the last 9 or 10 weeks, the topics that I brought to you, it made you think about where you are financially. And more than anything, though, it caused you to take action and maybe cut back on some things, or maybe look at opportunities to invest, or look at opportunities to have passive income or portfolio income, or, look at your expenses and so forth. But that was the intention of me bringing these 10 weeks of Financial Freedom Fridays to you guys every Friday. Until next time, I hope you guys commit to being spiritually, physically, and financially fit. Happy Friday, guys.